Is this twerking? Are we twerking here? I feel like something's up the mic. I feel like something's up the mic. I feel like something's up the mic. And you sound echoey too. I don't know why. I feel like something's up the mic. And you sound echoey too. I don't know why. You sound echoey too. You sound echoey too. Everyone's gonna have to be patient, bro. So, sucks. There we go. Alright, let's see. Did it work? Does it work? Can we, can you hoshes hear me? Everyone's gonna have to be patient, bro. So, sucks. There we go. Alright, let's see. Did it work? Does it work? Can we, can you hoshes hear me? Yo. Everyone's gonna have to be patient, bro. So, sucks. There we go. Alright, let's see. Did it work? Does it work? Can we, can you hoshes hear me? Yo. Alright, let's see. Did it work? Does it work? Can we, can you hoshes hear me? Yo. Alright, let's see. Did it work? Does it work? Can we, can you hoshes hear me? Alright, let's see. Did it work? Does it work? Can you hoshes hear me? Hello. Alright, let's see. Hello. See, like, this does sound better. Hello. See, like, this does sound better. Yo. Hey. 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 Hello. See, like, this does sound better. Yo. Hey. 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 Hey, douche. See, like, this does sound better. Yo. Hey. 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 Hey, douche. Yo. All right, so now I think we're good now. What is up? I gotta change the chat so that y'all can chat to each other. I still gotta fix that. There's so many things I forgot how to do on here. But no. Whoa. No, that's not it. Okay, I think I got it. This should be good, right? For y'all. That's where it only gets a little annoying, but I'll do my best. All right. So we're gonna go over this a little quickly. Y'all hoshes be asking me, "Oh, what should I get into? What should I do?" I don't know, man. I mean, it's your money. Sure, give it to me. I'll move it for you. No problem. No promises, but the whole point is you gotta take setups. I mean, obviously, you gotta take structures. What's the whole point if you're not taking something with an edge, right? Like, that's the whole point. We want to give ourselves an edge. All right, so let's give ourselves an edge. Couple things. Number one, you're not going to be able to see history if you're not using TradingView or something else that's going to log all the data. And, like, let's face it, if you want to see all the data, you're going to have to pay for a subscription. Plain and simple. You can use a free one. You're going to have very limited options. You're going to have very limited indicators that you can use, but be my guest. That's not my problem. You want to make some money, you're going to have to invest in it. And plans are pretty decent, I guess. They're pretty expensive if you've never traded and used it as an expense, but if it makes you money, I mean, why shouldn't you do it? So, let's TradingView again. That's what we're gonna use. Lately, I've been doing funded accounts. I blew one the other day, and it kind of sucks. But all you have to do is, the thing is that you can pass your eval in one day. You have to make a $3,000 trade using 10. You can use up to 10 contracts. Each contract is worth about $100, give or take, depending on what you're going to trade. So, it'll tell you how much each one's going to cost. But the whole point is that you can trade, you can pass your eval in one day, and then you get put onto a simulated account where all you have to do is make 30% of your total profit, which in this case, I believe is like on the 50K account, you want to make $3,000, and then you can start getting paid out your profit. You want to make sure that they are securing a $3,000, and they require 5 trading days of positive above 50. And you can't go below 2,500 or 2,500. So you have to have a trading plan at the end of the day. You want to be able to catch these moves, catch these pips. Because I'm considering this to be low leverage risk. We're going to try it out. We're going to see. This is going to be my first couple times trying it. I've invested a couple $100 into it now. And I was close to my first payout. Fucked it up. But hey, neither here nor there. But that's all we can do. We're going to learn. And we're going to move on. And we're going to start trading again. So y'all want to follow me on that journey where we can do that consistently? Like I said, 8 days of trading above $50 to make a total profit of above $3,000, about $600 a day, which would be one trade if you're trading 2 contracts. But again, have a setup, execute the setup. What I'm going to do is we're going to go, this is how I've liked to trade lately. We're going to go weekly. We're going to find out our levels. We're going to find out our levels on the daily. We're going to etch everything out. We're going to start on the clean slate. I've never traded before, but I'm not saying that, but I'm going into this with this mindset. I've never traded before. This is going to be my first time. My concept as a trader should be buy low, sell high. Cool. Pretty established concept. And wait, be patient to see what risk is worth the trade. All right. We're going to start with Diamond Q. I've already had stuff on here, but we're going to delete all of it. And typically this is what we're going to want to do. We're going to have a demand zone. We're going to have a demand zone, and we're going to, this one is, I put it as demand because it's the last one, but it should, before it flips. Almost perfect. There you go. And again, we're on the weekly. So it takes a whole week to make one candle. And that means that the last candle that was at this lower level was back in April of 2024. The high was 17,873. And you can see that it touched once as support, twice, and 3 times. Where it's been pretty low leverage to the downside from here to the actual open and close. It's only, less than 1%. From here to the actual down, you're talking about 5%. So if I wanted to take a trade like something like this, low leverage, even just to get a 3-to-1, 5-to-1, 3-to-1 would be here. That seems pretty low leverage. You enter anywhere here, and you went straight to the upside. Straight to the upside. Another way you could have found this out is because this was actually tested beforehand. We tested this back in December of 2023. We can even say we tested it back in November of 2022 or 2021. And look at that. These are the highs. These are points that there was demand. And then it turned into support. Demand, support, supply, whichever one you want to call it. But it turned into that. So now, here, our best bet would be somewhere around the 22,000 range. You can take other things if you want to wait, because for us to get to 22,000, it could take anywhere from, let's just say it goes like this. We're talking about July to take a trade, May. But in May, you could take a very fine trade. Like, you can just be like, hey, I think this is going to go long. You set your target just to the last high. It's an 18% gain, and you can set your stop loss however you want. You can go back to this week, this week, this week, this week. You know, there's many multiple ways. You give yourself, here's a 2%, 2 to 1, but you want to stick to 3 to 1. And even here, this is way too big on these time frames. This is excessive trading. Like, this would be like a $4,000 gain. And you don't need a $4,000 gain. You need to have 5 consecutive at $600. That's it. You do that, you're set, and then anything else besides that is profit. All right. So I'm going to delete this. So now we have our last zone that was demand. Our last zone that was demand. We had a couple weeks, touches, 1, 2, third time, bam, started going down. Here, started going down. You had a little base, then you really came back down, and at 17,000, you found some support from previous weeks back in 2023. You bounced back up. So now I want to see either us go back to 22,000. You can pick this because this looks like multiple bottoms at. You had almost, so if you go back to June of 2023, you touched this line once, almost twice, 3 times, 4, 5, and then you went up. Even at this here, to take that low leverage trade, you're talking about almost 515 pips, which is what you need. So you just need the trade to go from here to here, and that's it. Minimize your risk for this little box. You can draw. That's the other thing with TradingView. You can always draw these little lines. You see, I would want to fill somewhere there. Anywhere from there to there, I think is very low leverage. You have a support of a big candle back from here. You know, very big support for the whole week, and you've never went back down. You tried, failed. Here, you're trying to come back up again, so you want to buy somewhere along this box. I think is a great trade. I think anywhere there, because you can set something up. You can use this as the most bottom, and you're going to go here, because you know you have multiple weeks of support. You go up to the last high, and you still get your 3 to 1. I think that is a perfect trade. And then the whole point is to be patient, right? We're going to set these things up, and if it gets there, great. Doesn't get there, cool. Well, that's the whole point. I need to be patient, and I need to show discipline with all of these trades. If I can't show you guys that, then how are you guys supposed to trust me if I can't even do it? So here's the plan. We want a Porsche. We're going to get a Porsche this year. All of the trading profits that we make this year will go toward the Porsche for this year. We will buy it in October or November, or maybe I'll just do it as a Christmas present to myself. But the whole point is we're going to take every single profit. We're going to take this and we're going to run up one account. We're going to run up two accounts, because if you can make, let's say you take all consistent trades, you just follow your levels, you follow your trading diet, because it's a diet. We have to be disciplined about it. We have to only take trades where it's profitable for us, and be very disciplined about it. There's multiple indicators that we can all use. That's the other thing I wanted to see, because I don't know how I want to monetize this at some point, but I need you guys to be able to pay attention. And if you guys want to ask me for help, for sure, I'm here all day. Or I'm not going to be here all day, but in the group chat, I'll be in there all day to be able to help you guys with all your questions. But if I can make you guys with my team and create a team of where we're smashing the indexes and making a profit of, we can make an extra $3,000 a month just because we're sitting on our phones and waiting for stuff to either hit our zones and just let it play out. I mean, that's the whole point. You're going to have a stop loss, you're going to have an entry, and if it hits, great. If not, you took the least amount of risk to win the trade. And that's the plan. If y'all making $3,000 every 12 days, hey, props to you. Let's get this money. We need to be able to get this money. We just need to become savages and become very disciplined at it. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to have to do. There ain't no ands, ifs, or buts. If we can trade one account, we can trade two accounts, we can trade three accounts. Again, same plan, not overdoing it, just strict discipline, risk and reward. How much are we putting in? How much are we getting out? What are we doing with the profits? Because we're getting a portion, we're getting a property. In a multi-unit. All right. So back to this. We are just going to leave this here. We'll check it tomorrow. See if it hits. We're going to actually set up an alert. I want to know. But this is just on the weekly. Let's do something for tomorrow's trade. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish off this as if I was trading this, because I know these are highs and then the price still came back down. I suggest you doing separating so you know which one's which. Solids would be like solid candle. Highs would be broken up because they're broken up. So solid candle, demand. All right, cool. That was the last full. So you know from here, it's very iffy and can go back down for sure. It's not really a really big support. It's usually going back down. Here's a perfect example. 2600, yeah, went up. Couldn't sustain it for the whole 24 hours or for the whole close of the candle. Bam, went back down. Tried to get back up to 25,830, went back down. Tried another week, failed. Went back up, okay, cool. Went back up, cool. You still haven't reached it. You haven't reached it, haven't reached it, haven't reached it. And from all of these haven't reached it, you can always take shorts. You can always take shorts because, again, it's trying to get there and it's not getting there. You have a very good chance to hit your trade to the downside. And that's another thing we're going to talk about. Realizing when it's over and it's over. All right, so here you went back up to 25.38. That's where you closed. You couldn't hold it. You went back down. Touched, down. Touched, went back down. Tried to touch this high and went straight back down. And here, this is where you can tell it's a big deciding factor, because here's the high and you didn't even close above previous highs. So you know there's a lot of sell pressure here. From here to here, there's so much sell pressure. There to there is just horrendous sell pressure. All right, cool. You went back down. And now we're going to do our... I'm going to switch this to supply. All right. So here... Again, we're going to go to last candle. So solid candles is right there. It's a solid candle. That's a solid candle. And you need to just have these here so you know where it can definitely bounce from up and down. and where the break of structure is, because if you look here, it broke structure, try to go back up, and nope, you went straight back down. So I would say you have support from, what does it say, August 2025. You hit it once, went straight back up, try to hit it again, and you're going straight back up. And then from here to the, I can go here. If I saw this, I'd be like, man, you're below these two candles as a perfect day trade or something like that. 5% a whole week, why not? And you're just hanging on. You just wait and you wait and you wait until you can see that now you go to the daily and you start to see, this is what I mean, like more candles at these levels fighting their way back up. Fought your way back up. Cool, you're coming down, you're cooling off. You're still below or above the support here at 24,444. Perfect. So tomorrow, if I wanted to take a trade, this is the last low. Right here. It's a high. You got to remember that. And here is your last solid demand. We're just going to... I'd like to change the colors when I go into different times so that way I know. So my trade would be here. If this goes back down, I'm expecting to either get in somewhere here and just take it to the nearest line. See? 3 to 1. 522 ticks. 162 to the downside. Not horrible. And let's see if this plays out. I'm gonna leave it like that. Once you go into the daily, switch over to your 4 hour. You can pick better entries, but I'm just picking here because it's our last bottom here. If I really had, I would go somewhere here with your stop loss right there. You're covering all of these candles right off the bat. I'm gonna set up this as an alert, and if it hits, perfect. Like I said, we'll be here tomorrow. You guys can check it out for yourselves and decide. I forgot. I didn't even put on the music. That was the whole point. Let's see. Yeah. See, this is the only thing I don't like. It's just very bearish still. You know, it's not really. That's where I'd want to see something like. Something like that, or this would be to the downside. I guess we're gonna find out tomorrow. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of the indicators that I use. One of them I made myself, so this one I do want to charge for. But I'm willing to let you guys try it out. Let me know what you guys think. Select few only. Maybe like 5 of you guys that actually know what you're doing or want to know what you're doing. Hit me up. I'll show you how to use it. But yeah, here. This is where we at. So the time frames are all set up to positions and previous. So it's all like math based. Here, you can tell that we've been in a very big uptrend for a really long time. Like, you have to go back. You have to go back and check it out. Major points, right? So point, bam, went back down. My orange and my blue are always my indicators of like how to go. Orange, blue, white, always like, if when you go into the smaller time frames, they mean different things. But here, essentially what you want to wait for is just our blue and orange just constantly getting together, and it's going to create an uptrend where you can tell, like all these times it touched here, went back up, so the minimal trade would be here to here. Again, same thing here. The daily, like all the yellow and all that other stuff touched this blue, but there's still so much separation from this blue and orange that I would have been like, hey, this is a perfect time for me to get in here, low risk to the downside, and look at that, go back up. This is a big level. And then same thing happened here, right? You fell a little bit below it, and I'm not saying that, it's perfect, right? But you have to be able to witness these levels and find out which one you want to take a trade at. You hit your pink, and you had again, minimal downside to the bottom, and you shot back up. And we're talking about 18% with low risk, 25% with low risk. All because we're just waiting. We're just hanging out. We're hanging out. And here, I'm going to put it to you better, because this is another reason why I use it. I do it like this. So, we're going to go back to, let's say we wanted to take the trade in the most recent trade, right? Because that's what we're trading. We're trading our most recent trade. I would have came in here, seen the 12-hour. Look, man, this is still going up. All of my trends are on the upside. I would have said, hey, this is in 12 hours, it's getting to this blue level. Perfect. Let's find out what that blue level is, because it closed a couple times. So let's just grab one, and it's 23,904. Perfect. 23,904. Now we can just jump into the 30-minute, because now we have a collection of times. And as you can see, here, we saw that our gray and blue were still very separated. Yes, our yellow and our orange and our blue are different. But you had the lowest amount of risk here to the upside. You would have closed. You would have came in here, identified that this was a bottom. One of the most recent bottoms, because if you go back even further, you're going back all the way till September of 11 of 2025. Long time. What goes up must come down. What goes down must go up. And again, you're in a 30-minute time frame, so you have to expect that all of these things are going to move at some point. But you still have separation near gray to your blue, which means that you are still very positive. Back here, you were still very positive to make a move to the upside. So you took your trade from here just to the red, because you already knew that there was demand there from previous days that we were going on, the weekly. We knew that there's big demand, and even up to here, $1,500 or $1,800 pip to the upside. And again, we don't need 1,800, we just need 1, 2. If we're trading all of these four, look at that, chances of trades. We could have done 1. Let me actually take off the magnet. 2, 3, because we're below here, and we would have hit our eval. All right, going to the next chart. In the 30-minute chart, we could have done here. It's showing that it's bearish on the 30-minute. Or it's starting to get bearish. You you have crossing of your big conjunction lines. So I feel from here you're gonna go back down, so I would take a short somewhere like here. This is one of them, but again, that's just me. All right, well, this was a test. We're gonna see how this goes. Cool.